Everybody, Jason here, and today we are going to do our pick a card reading. So the way this works is that here in just a moment we are going to kind of lean into this, take a few breaths, and really see which one of these three stones on this placement reach out to you. Now, this may have jumped out to you immediately, and that's great. If not, we'll go through just a quick pause here in a second after we get set up, and based on the stone that you pick, we will do three separate readings. So therefore, whatever stone you were picking, there's a message in there for you. So having said that, let's go on and just take a second here. Make sure you have both feet on the ground. You can close your eyes if you want to and take a deep breath in and out. Now think about the three placements and the three stones. And which stone is calling out for you? Okay. If you've made your selection, we are going to go in order here, 1, 2, 3. So you can fast forward to the reading that you have selected in this pick a card, and we'll go on and get started. Okay, everybody, I went on and set the cards up here. Didn't feel like it was a good use of your time to watch the cards come out. Plus, I get a little OCD. Sometimes I need to keep them straight. So here's the spread for this reading. If you selected stone number 1, so we are going to jump right in here and take a look at kind of what's going on, what the issue is, what the question is, and we're starting out with a 3 of Swords and Strength. So 3 of Swords. I always see this card and my first instinct is always just kind of like pain and sadness and anguish. But first off, it's a swords. So it's not, it's something that comes and goes. It's a temporary deal. I'm not saying that it's not a painful situation, but it is a card of growth. And typically as people, as humans, as souls, we need pain points and a lot of times to actually grow. So just kind of keep that in mind as you take a look at this card, this 3 of Swords cards. And that's further reinforced with the strength, the inner strength. So this growth is making you stronger is how I read that. And I think that's a great way to look at that. And then our third card here, as we're kind of framing out kind of what the issue is, what you're dealing with right now, perhaps what's troubling you, things you need clarification on, is this 8 of Swords. So the interesting thing about the 8 of Swords is I think this is probably an issue that maybe you are not necessarily viewing within the correct context. Perhaps you're looking at this wrong, or perhaps the lesson and the experience is meant to do one thing and you think it's doing something else. The 8 of Swords here, what we have is, you can see this woman here. Can you see in the video? Yeah, I think so. She is looking into a mirror, and it's the reflection of what she's looking into that doesn't look great. It looks like her hands are bound. She has a blindfold. She has all these crows tying her up. But that's not reality. That's not what is actually happening. It's in her head. That's what she thinks. That's why I am coming to this conclusion where I strongly feel that this may be painful, but you're looking at it the wrong way. Whatever's happening, again, is something that's not necessarily happening in a way that you think it is, but it still benefits you and it's for your purpose. This will shake out regardless, because it's designed to make you stronger in this situation. So let's see what the rest of these cards see and how that kind of supports the rest of the reading here for this particular spread. Now, kind of what you're doing, the actions you're taking, the things, the way that you're approaching this. We have the 4 of Swords, which is really a card of recovery, of rest, of stability, of kind of shaking this off. Whatever this issue is, whatever this is, part of that is to push you to a point to just kind of reset. And that's where we have our Four of Swords. That's what you're trying to do at this point in time, is reset. And why are you trying to reset? Well, you're trying to get to the point to where you are back to feeling good, happy go lucky the way that you were. Things are exciting. You're excited about life. Right now, you're not really excited about life. Whatever's happened, whatever situation you're dealing with, this pushed you into a kind of a weird spot here. And this situation does serve a purpose. Your ultimate goal, though, is to get out of there. No, none of us like to be in situations, although sometimes they're very healthy and they're for our overall benefit. They're not always pleasant. They don't feel good. And you want to get back to feeling good. So part of that is that rest and recovery so that you can get back to being who you are and feeling normal, or just feeling better overall. The third card that we have in this little set here is the Ace of Swords. So, aces are beginnings. This Ace of Sword is a new way of thinking. It's a new perception. It's a new outlook, a new way of looking at something, an idea, or ideas. And within this context, it makes perfect sense. Again, you're not seeing things the way that they're necessarily. You're not seeing a situation for what it is. And through this change, this challenge, this pain point, it's working to a point to getting back to who you are. But in order to do that, you're going to have a different outlook on life, a different perspective on what's going on. And this just popped into my head. And I've said this before, but for whatever reason, just kind of jumped into my head. We can't control what others do to us. We can't necessarily control the situations around us. The only thing that we can really control is our reaction to it. And that, I think I'm getting a strong feeling of, there's a situation that's happened. You've reacted in a certain way, which has got you down in the dumps, but it wasn't necessarily meant to be that way. And and this lesson, for lack of better words, is going to help you in other situations in the future. But it's going to help you reframe the way that you take your initial pass, your reaction to things, so that instead of feeling like this and this, when these things come up, you can look at it in a different context and perhaps feel the strength, the empowerment, and maintain that person that you want to be, that feeling that you want to have, that enthusiasm that you want to have over life. Let's take a look at some of the things that are here to help us. We have the Star. The Star is a card of hope. Of course, this is a major arcana too. What else do we have in here? Got Judgment, got Strength, got a Star. Okay. This is hope. This is almost like being stripped down so that you can be vulnerable again, so that you can look at things through a child's eyes, so that you can shake off the heaviness of things. So I think that is definitely something you should keep in mind here, that the point of this lesson here is to take you back to a place to where you can shake off the stuff that no longer serves you. Opportunities that will help you do that. Actually, so the opportunities cards is the Eight of Wands. What I'm kind of picking up on here is that this transition is something that is going to happen sooner than later. The Eight of Wands is like, flying by as fast as speed. It's, urgency, things along those lines. It is a pretty stable card. It's a card of progress and advancement. So you're moving past this. You're getting to the point of your goal over here, and it's taking you to the King of Swords. And the King of Swords, again, we're talking king, we're talking experience, we're talking knowledge, we're talking that mature, for lack of a better word. I'm not saying you're immature. I'm saying this is a mature way of looking at things. And a lot of times it does take a level of maturity to take a situation that looks bad and kind of process that and wait to react until you let all the pieces settle. So again, I think this is all moving you to a mindset and a perception type of deal. And again, this is something that I really do feel like you're kind of at the back into this. Maybe you're in this rest period, and this is kind of showing you what the next steps are, what's ahead of you. And I don't think this drags on for a very long period of time. Again, Three of Swords, there's a swords here, there's swords. A lot of this stuff is, again, swords is about thinking and intellect and perception and things along those lines. So again, this is a lot about your mindset, and it keeps moving you in that direction. Let's take a final look at these last three cards and see. Now, so this is the position of timing for me. Oftentimes it'll tell me whether or not that is this something that, if it's a situation, should you act now? Should you wait? Should you be patient? Is it time to act now? Is this going to go fast? Those types of things. I actually think here that this is kind of like a signpost card for me, is what I'm getting. The Two of Swords, yet another sword, is about a difficult decision, or a decision needs to be made. It's also about not seeing everything. I mean, it's not about seeing everything, all the opportunities that are around you, or all the potentials that are around you. And if you take a look at the card, there's crows here, and they're wrapping her with a string. She has a blindfold on, so again, it's representing a choice. But the thing is that this blindfold isn't on tightly. I mean, she's not bound tightly. She's not even bound at all with her hands. I mean, she can easily remove that blindfold and see what's ahead of her, so she can make a more informed decision. And I really think that's kind of the case here. See, here's a blindfold here, and although it's bound a little more tightly, it's all in her head as well. So I think that what this is saying is that the moment that you understand that maybe you're not seeing everything the way you're supposed to, like these others, and that there are other options, there's other choices, there's other ways to look at that. That's you removing the blindfold and having the ability to then make a choice to move forward into this Page of Wands, and into this King of Swords, and into this Star. All these healthy things, they're just sitting there waiting for you. Looking at the Judgment card here, and this is in a position of what or who will kind of impact this, will make a difference. And the Judgment card has some set of meetings, but what I'm being pulled into with this, I think, is more the art on this particular card at this point in time. I think maybe if this was in a different position, I'd read this differently, but I just keep getting tugged to this image, and it's her letting go. She's looking up and she's letting go, and she's letting her true self free. She is giving herself permission to be who she really is. And well, it ties in with the rest of the reading as well. I mean, and I think that is the overall message here is you need to get back to being who you are. What else do we have here? Okay, somebody that will help, or a roadblock, is going to be this Four of Pentacles. And actually, I think this is a very helpful deal. I think this is going to be a person that is going to be very stable. I think this is going to person that's going to be able to, that you're going to listen to. I think it's somebody that you trust. You think it's somebody that is wise. And I mean, the Pentacles to me, I think they're well off. They're well grounded. That's all kind of hollering out to me. So that may be something else to watch out for. If this is a person, is what I'm really getting a feel for. The other thing it could potentially be, in terms of maybe if it's not a person, it's a situation, I would say stable situation. And since it's Pentacles, I would say something to do with some sort of material aspect of life, a job, maybe stepping into your work and focusing on that, something along those lines. But we're looking for that stability there. So let's kind of just back up here, take a quick snapshot of what we are looking at, and see if we can come up with a few key takeaways. So the big one, I think, right out of the gate is the decision side, is I think that you have to realize in the way that you're currently looking at things, I think you need to be open to the idea that maybe you're not seeing things, or that there's a better way to look at this a better angle. And then once you do that, that's going to be the removal of that blindfold so that you can see things for what they really are. And you can think about this now and in the future in a more decisive type of way, a healthier way, a better perspective, and that's going to save you this anguish in the future as well. After this occurs, ultimately the main point of all of this is to, as you see in the Judgment card and the Page of Wands, is to be okay being you. Okay, it's extremely important. It's not just be okay, it's mandatory. It has to happen. You have to be authentic for you and for this life if you are going to do the things you're supposed to do while you're here. And then finally, look for the stabilized situation. And this is kind of more of a signpost for me, almost like, hey, yeah, you're on the right path. Or, hey, this is the way, that something you can focus on to help you achieve these things and help maybe distract you for some of this stuff while you go through your rest and recovery to get back to you. Okay, so that is what I have for this reading. I hope it was helpful. Let me know what this is for you in the comments below. I'd love to hear more. If you have any questions, you want some more clarification, strike a conversation with me either in the chat or in the comments, and I'll see if I can help. If there's something else I can try to pull out of this for you. Other than that, thank you once again for watching, and we will see you next time. Hey everybody, if you selected the rose quartz as your stone, you are in the right place. Of course, I've gone on and laid out the spread here. That way you don't have to watch me shuffle and put all this stuff and flip the cards. Let's go on and jump right into it and see what the cards have in store for you today. You know, I mean, just at first glance, this looks like a really good reading. We'll see how this kind of pieces out as it goes, but gosh, there's a lot of really good cards here. It's very interesting. Let's just jump right in. We got the Nine of Cups and we got the Eight of Wands. We got the Nine of Cups, a card of attainment, a card of achieving, a card of maybe working hard towards something. What's interesting though is I'm not 100% sure if this is something you've like worked for to attain. We have the Eight of Wands, which typically is more of like speed, is more of like quick, things along those lines. So I don't know if this may be a new opportunity, maybe a new career opportunity. I think it definitely has something to do with the career or a way of making money, maybe it's being in business, but some sort of opportunity. And I think it kind of came, I don't want to say out of nowhere, but I think it was kind of sudden. Maybe you were prepping for it, maybe you weren't, maybe you saw it coming, maybe you didn't. But the actual realization of like, oh heck, it's here now, that was sudden. And so it's kind of an interesting combination, but even more so is over here with the Fool card, which ties into the kind of the question of what is this, what's going on, you know, what are we dealing with? And the Fool card is a card of doing something new. It's the trust fall. It's having no fear. It's about a new adventure. It's about jumping in with both feet forward. And perhaps maybe that's why I'm getting the feel of maybe it is a new job, but at the same time, it could very easily be a brand new business, a new venture, maybe something you've been planning for, but you never really thought it could happen. But now here we are. So I think that's kind of the overall feel of the question. Let's see what these other cards have to say about that and see if it kind of ties in. And I think it actually will. So what you are currently doing, you got a 10 of Pentacles. I think that you're already in a really good place. You have done really well for yourself. You're smart. You have a good understanding of what you're doing, and perhaps it's time for the next thing. This is a mastery card. It's a card of completion. Everything's in a really good spot, and it's put you in a good spot in terms of, especially if this is going towards a new career or self-employment, to where you feel comfortable making that. Maybe you have some savings, but everything, all the pieces are lined up in the right type of way here with this 10 of Pentacles, and it's the sign of completion. So I think that's kind of the position that you're in. And then we go into the Page of Pentacles, which is what you're trying to accomplish. And the Page of Pentacles is a new direction. And again, it's a Pentacles. I mean, we got Pentacles and Pentacles. And this was a cup back here on the question. And so I guess maybe I should clarify that when I saw this, perhaps I was pulling these in as well. But whatever this is, that attainment, that achievement, or whatever, I think this has got you excited. This is like your dream job, your dream move, things along those lines. So sorry, I wanted to back up there and kind of clarify on that. But your Page of Pentacles is something new, a new direction, exploring something new. It has something to do with some sort of finances, has some material aspect of your life. Again, I keep getting pulled back into the career, so I think that's just what I'm going to go with at this point in time. And then we have the bigger picture here is the Knight of Cups. And in this particular context, I really feel like this is reinforcing back this Nine of Cups over here. And this is something that you're passionate about, something that you've had your eye set on. And maybe you weren't passionate about, maybe you were, I don't know, but whatever this is, this gets you excited. I mean, your wheels are spinning 24/7. This will make you happy. This is like the perfect scenario for you. So I like the way those are associating in with each other, especially with the reinforcing of the original question here. What is going in your favor right now? So first off, we got the Eight of Pentacles again, that progress, moving forward, and the Pentacles, you've been developing this skill, you've been learning more about this, you've been setting this up, you've been working towards it. So although the actual realization or the suddenness of it is there, I don't think this is something that's caught you completely off guard and on your heels by any means. It's kind of like you've been working towards it, didn't believe it was possible. Working towards it, didn't believe it was possible. Working towards it, oh shit, it's here. I mean, I'm literally, I keep getting that with these cards and the way this is going, excuse my language. But the Eight of Pentacles is, again, about developing that skill, making things better over time. And again and again and again, it's progress, it's advancement. So I really like that. It's reinforcing the idea that this isn't new for you, although you didn't think you would actually get here. This has always been kind of a pipe dream, but boom, we're here. And we have the Chariot here, which is your drive. It's moving forwards. Every time you get knocked down, you get back up. And this is actually in the opportunity spot. So what I would say is that I feel like this drive has been here with you the whole time. This is going to be necessary to keep you moving forward in this situation. But the good news is that I think the decision's already made. I think you're already moving forward with this. This is just, I think right now at this point, is just validation for you, this reading, is that we have the World card. And this is typically the placement of, how's this going to go? What kind of challenges are in the way? That type of thing. But the World is, everything's good. Everything's going great. It's going to go the way that you want it to. This is going to be exciting. This is everything you dreamed it's going to be. So like I said, this is just like a really good reading. I mean, whatever this is for you, I'd love to know more about it. Cause I mean, it's literally, all you have to do is start moving in that direction if you haven't already. I mean, it's almost just a guaranteed success is what it feels like to me. Let's see what else we can pull out of this. So kind of the timing of things, you've been patient with this, you've been taking this slow, you've been taking this responsibly, you haven't like jumped, you haven't been impulsive. This has been kind of I mean, she looks like she's at rest, but I'm more looking like at the Four of Swords. The Swords is thinking, intellectual ideas. This has been signed. The Four is a card of stability. Things are a strong foundation, set set the way they're supposed to be so that you can succeed after that. They're in a good spot. That's where I think your mind has been as you've been working through all of this. So you are on very strong, stable ground at this point in time as you transition into whatever this is. And then let's take a look at, to wrap this up, who or what can help and how it will impact. I'm actually picking this up more as kind of a person, but we'll explore another option too, maybe. I'm reading this Page of Wands as a person. I think maybe this person is somebody that has energy, is excited, and you know what? This could actually be you as well. So depends on your personality. So if you're the intellectual, if you're the person that thinks things through and you're calm, and that this isn't you. If this isn't you, then what you need to be looking for is that person that brings energy and life and excitement into the world. I mean, this is all very exciting. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that this may be the person that balances you. I mean, if you're reserved and conservative, you need somebody that's going to be like screaming to the world. So look out for this person. I'm actually seeing this as two different people. Okay, so what I just said isn't wrong. I'm seeing this as a partnership. That's what I'm seeing here. We got a Page of Swords and we got a Page of Wands. This is a personality. So this is like the team. This is like, is there two people in this with you? Or are you strong in one area and weak in another, and then vice versa, this other person? I don't know which one of these represents you, but this feels like to me that there's a partnership here, or at the very least, somebody that is your go-to person, your key person, or whatever else. One's going to be the energy, it's going to be the CEO, it's going to be the drive, it's going to be the vision, it's going to be the person who gets people excited about this and lays this out. The other one's going to be the person, the glue that keeps us together, the thinker, the one that takes the CEO's wild ideas and turns them into reality and shaves them back and sees what we can do right now, what we can't do right now, how can we get there. So the integrator, the person that like holds it all together. No, I think it's awesome. I think whatever this is, I mean, it's really, to me, it really feels like a new business venture. Everything that's on here, I mean, again, I guess it could be new employment, but for whatever reason, I just keep thinking new business venture on this. Or something. And again, this doesn't necessarily, this is, when I say business venture too, don't get me wrong and think that this is something where I think a business venture means going after wealth and riches. Sure, that's part of normal business, but this could be a new society, a new organization, a new club, and some sort of organization that has like pop through here. I tend to still think it is a business venture just because I see that a lot of pinnacles everywhere. But if it's not, don't limit your thinking to that, I guess is all I'm saying. Those pinnacles could shave off in a little different deal. The overall idea, though, is whatever you have going for you, it's good. It's looking great. It's almost a fish in a bucket type thing. Look out for your partner. 9 times out of 10, you already know who this is. This is just, again, a validation reading. And the message being is that you are doing what you're supposed to be doing. You're on the right path. If you had any doubts about this, don't. I mean, it looks so good. This is going to be really, really good. It's going to be great. You're going to love this. Okay, that's what I have for this reading. I hope this has been helpful. Let me know what this is for you. Drop it in the comments below. Shoot me a message if you have some more questions. I'd love to chat with you a little bit more about this. See what this is for you, and see if there's anything else I can help. If you have specific questions on here, I can see if I can pull anything else out in terms of what your question is as well. Other than that, we'll go on and wrap it up. Thank you once again for watching, and we will see you next time. Hey everybody, welcome back. If you chose this green, I believe this is a fluorite stone here, then you are in the right place. I've gone and laid out the cards for us, so we don't have to worry about waiting for me to do that. And let's jump in and see what this reading has in store for us today. Okay, so we have 8 of Swords and 10 of Wands. You are at the end of a long journey that does not seem like it's been very pleasant. We have the Ten of Wands, which is kind of that journey, that completion, this whole energy, this whole vibe, and we have the Eight of Swords, which is really about being in your own head here. And if you take a look at the woman, she's looking in a mirror, and in a mirror there's a blindfold on, and there's crows, and they're wrapping her up, and she's constricted and bound, and she can't do anything. I'm sure it's very frustrating, but that's the reflection. That's not what reality is. So the point is that whatever this journey is about, it's been about kind of shaking this off, looking at things in the proper perspective. The eight is, generally speaking, a card of progress and advancement and moving forward. So you have been working through this lesson. You've been trying to figure this out, and you're coming up on the end of that. Again, this is something that, I mean, with the swords, this is something that's going to be more of a more of an intellectual, more of an in the mind, a thinking type of thing. So perhaps it's mindset, perhaps it's perception. We'll get some more information in the cards as we move forward here. But right out of the gate, there we go. This could be also caused by a betrayal. The Seven of Swords can be associated with betrayal, can be associated with strategy and stuff too. But in this particular situation, this feels like a betrayal. It could be a friend, it could have been a relationship. I mean, a boyfriend or a girlfriend, spouse, somebody that's cheated on you would throw you into this whirlwind for sure. I don't know if that's exactly it, but something along those lines, some sort of betrayal. It could be work related, could be a work related betrayal where your confidence is, been in the dumps as well. And you've been trying to figure that out and shake that through and find yourself again and find that confidence and know that whether this work or whether it's a relationship, that you are not less than. That's over. It needed to end. That's always healthy. It's a growth thing. We all have to go through that stuff. The challenge for you has been you've been stuck with in a particular way of looking at that. But again, triggered by some sort of betrayal there. Let's see here. I think though that although this has been challenging, that at least here lately, and I don't know when this began, maybe it started from the very beginning, that you've had a healthy outlook on the way that you're dealing with this. Because I mean, we do have the high priestess here, and this is kind of in the spot of what you're doing, what actions you're taking, what you're going through. And it looks to me, the high priestess to me really represents balance and going within and finding yourself and weighing that out and trying to find that. I don't, again, it may not be a work related thing, but that work life balance, that relationship, individual balance, whatever that is. I think this is really about you finding yourself again through this. Who are you now? If you're not whatever this represented, and 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 you were caught by surprise with this betrayal, and if this person or this company or this thing was able to hurt you like that, who are you now? What does that look like for you now? And really trying to just go in and figure that out. We do have the Queen of Cups, and the Queen of Cups is, again, Cups is about your feelings. It's about intuition. It's about Queen is patience. And I think, and this is in the spot of what you're trying to accomplish. And I think, again, it's just reinforcing the high priestess. You are being patient with yourself. You're being gentle with yourself. You are basically letting yourself feel what you need to feel to get to where you need to be. And this is where you want to be, in control of your emotions, in control of the way that you're feeling, and not, to be open, not closed off and shut down to other people in the world, but at the same time, not so tender that things are easily hurting you. So it's trying to get back from being vulnerable, tender, and bruised back to strength through emotional maturity, emotional control, the way you react to things, the way you feel about things, and putting things in the right perspective. So again, I think that you are absolutely moving in the right direction. To kind of tie into that, we have the Four of Pentacles here, and the Four to me is a stable card. Pentacles is really it's earth, it's sometimes it's money, sometimes it's material possessions. In this particular situation, though, it's really just more about being grounded. It's about recognizing where your solid ground is, so that you have that safe haven, that place to not escape, but that place that that your home, that place that you can go there and you can count on what the experience is going to be. So I think that is very helpful for you in this situation. In terms of things that will help you move through this situation. So first and foremost, you kind of have to take the blinders off. I almost think that you have. I think you've taken the blinders off, and perhaps this card is just basically pointing that out, is that at a certain point in time, you weren't seeing things the way that they were. There's decisions to make, and you couldn't make them because you didn't see everything that was going on. I think those decisions have been made, and I think that is a good thing. I think that's something that you need to fall back on and realize that you had the strength and the courage to do. So absolutely an asset. That train of thought is what pulled you out of this and what's going to keep you moving forward. Two is also another stable card. It is a card of duality and choice, but two itself is a stable number. And really, over here where it's taken us to kind of what's the opportunity, I call this the opportunity spot. Sometimes it's what's happened in the next 1 to 3 months, but really it's kind of that short term, where are we going? And really, I think that the star card for me represents kind of being stripped down, being vulnerable, but not susceptible, seeing things in a new way, settling into this new person that you are, this new perspective, this new viewpoint, and looking at the future with hope and looking at it in a positive, half glass full type of way. And I think that there's going to be a point here very shortly, if it hasn't already started, that it's going to be kind of like that shift is going to happen for you, and that's going to be one of your signposts to know that you're kind of at the back end of this, at the bulk of this is behind you, is when you are able to start taking a look at the stuff and just smile and realize that things are going to be okay. Let's see here. And then again, when that happens, it's going to be a time to celebrate. I mean, that's the six is overcoming. This is this energy that you've been dealing with. You're going to be overcoming that energy, and it's going to be something that's an accomplishment. You should be proud of yourself. Those things aren't easy. People get stuck in this stuff for years and years and years and years. And if that's you, if you've been stuck in this for years and years and years, that's okay too, because you're still here now, and that is awesome. So I mean, I think again, this journey that we're going on right now is a very positive journey, and it's taking you in really good places. The Queen of Pentacles is in the place in terms of kind of what do we do now, what's the timing of this or whatever. I think this is still calling for patience. It's saying stay grounded, it's saying keep your eye on the prize and understand that every day you get a little bit better. I don't think any of this has been fast for you, and I don't think that the conclusion is going to be just like fast and out of nowhere either. And that's okay. I mean, that's just making you stronger. It's making you more mature. It's making you more wise. This experience is making you more wise. Influences that may help or hurt and impact. What's interesting here is that we have Two of Cups and we have Two of Pentacles. So the Two of Cups to me is representing kind of a person, somebody that's stable, somebody that you can go to, not necessarily a relationship in terms of romantic relationship, but somebody that gets you, that when you guys are together, it's a good thing, a positive thing, that they are strong where you're weak and vice versa, and that you two together are better than when you are apart. It could be a relationship, but I don't think necessarily, if this was a relationship betrayal, I don't necessarily think you're there yet. I think this is a friendship. I think this is maybe a relationship with perhaps someone in the family that's growing stronger or whatever else. But look out for this person. They're going to be there to support you. They're really going to help you through this. And then this person how they're going to help you. They're going to help you balance. They're going to help you balance this stuff out. They're going to give you perspective. They're going to be a sounding board. They're going to be somebody you can talk to. Again, you are well on your way, but that doesn't mean that you still don't have things to say and things to learn and things that you want to kind of sit out and things that you want to see clearly. Because part of this is, again, with these blindfolds, is that you weren't seeing things clearly, so you want to get different perspectives. You want to see what this person thinks, how they feel things are going. You want to take all that stuff in consideration as you settle into you moving into the new you, the new life, and this new situation where is obviously going to be so much better. So again, overall, really actually a good reading. I know this is a tough reading. It's not necessarily the easiest, happiest go lucky of readings, but it is, in that you're coming from a tough place and you're moving to a much better place. So I hope that, if nothing else, that is encouraging. I hope you're at the back end of this. If you have any questions, we'll wrap this up. But if you have any questions, let me know. I'm more than happy to kind of jump back into this. If you have other questions you want me to try to clarify based off this spread, shoot me comments below, shoot me a message in the messenger or wherever you are watching this at, and I'm more than happy to try to help there. Other than that, that's what I have. So thank you once again for watching, and we will see you next time.